Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, I'm Ali Ahmed Al-Loghani, your host here in the Bullying Podcast. And today we're going to be speaking about the history of bullying. So let's start. The history of bullying. How this phenomenon has evolved over time. Bullying as a social phenomenon is not just a new but a behavior that has existed since ancient times in various human societies. Bullying has evolved over time and has been influenced by cultural, social, and technological factors. Here, we will review the evolution of the phenomenon through different eras. Let's start with the Antiquity era. In primitive societies, physical strength was the primary criterion for survival and control. Physical conflicts and assaults were common as a way to show power and dominance, though these forms of primitive violence can be considered as an essential form of bullying. Second of all, let's talk about Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, feudal and hierarchical societies promoted various forms of bullying. Class differences and social hierarchies contributed to bullying practices, with the powerful and upper classes exerting pressure on abuse on the lower classes. In schools, older and more influential pupils bullied younger or weaker pupils. 3. Modern era. With advance in the education and the proliferation of public schools, reports of bullying among students have emerged more clearly. Societies are beginning to recognize bullying as a social phenomenon that deserves attention. In this period, the first writings on bullying began to emerge, focusing on the physiological and social effects. In the 20th century saw an increase in studies and research on bullying. Societies are beginning to realize the harmful effects of bullying on children and young people. In the 60s and the 70s, schools in developed countries began to develop anti-policies. In the 80s, Norwegian researcher Dan Ellis published important research on school bullying, which contributed to increasing global awareness of the issue. 5. The digital age. With the advent of the internet and social media, new forms of bullying have evolved, known as cyberbullying. This type of bullying is an easy way to spread and difficult to detect and control. Cyberbullying can occur via text messages, social media, or also email and forums. Now we're in the present day, where nowadays society and are taking bullying issues more seriously, whether in schools, workplaces, or online. There are strict laws and policies in many countries to combat bullying and protect victims' awarenesses about bullying, and its physiological effects has become part of the school curriculum in many countries. Bullying is a social phenomenon that has evolved over time, influenced by cultural, social, and technological factors. From rudimentary forms of physical violence to cyberbullying in the digital age, bullying remains an ongoing issue that requires continuous attention and effort by individuals, communities, and institutions to combat it and reduce its harmful effects. Hope you enjoyed and learned something new. See you in the next episode.